10 seconds.
Yeah.
Show how cool I am.
What's that?
I said I have to show how cool I am.
You are cool.
I know.
And go! Here we are, 4-time with Jared and Anna.
Hello.
Yes, we are going to be talking about a super fun new event that is starting here in the summer of 2024 called the CARDIO SUPERMEET. Would you?
Hands.
Yeah, jazz hands. Sorry, is that jazz hands?
Yeah.
Would you like to?
Spirit fingers.
Spirit
sorry.
fingers. Would you like to share a little bit about high level the why of
Yeah.
SUPERMEET, CARDIO SUPERMEET, and like
Yes.
kind of go that route, and I'll jump in, chime in. We'll go for it.
Love it. So he added the caveat of CARDIO SUPERMEET just then because we did something called the SUPERMEET, not with the qualifying word of cardio in there, over the winter, and that was
December 15th.
Yes. Wow, on the date. That was an opportunity for people to test their strength in a number of different tests. So we tested back squat, press, deadlift. So that would be like a CrossFit total. We tested a weighted pull-up and our snatch and clean and jerk. So an Olympic total. So all of this different lifting in the original SUPERMEET. And we're noodling on kind of that concept and wanted to have something for kind of other energy systems and other fitness domains with the CARDIO SUPERMEET. So this event is going to be testing a variety of different cardio apparatuses. So we'll be working through running, biking, and rowing, and different time domains within those cardio implements as well. So that is kind of how the CARDIO SUPERMEET came to be, is having a different opportunity to test a different modality. In CrossFit, there's 3 modalities that we talk about. There's monostructural, weightlifting, and gymnastics. Monostructural being those cardio movements, mainly moving your own body through space. Then weightlifting, moving external objects, and then gymnastics, moving your body through space in terms of like push-ups, sit-ups, air squats. Those are all gymnastics movements.
Yes. And selfishly, the CARDIO SUPERMEET is something I'm excited about.
Jared's time to shine.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm no longer super duper cardio man, but I do bias towards.
I do like a cardio.
I do like bias towards cardio quite a bit. Did not do as well in the weightlifting or the strength SUPERMEET, and that's kind of where the idea of like, well, you know, we do have a lot of strength athletes, weightlifters who love that. And it's very, very cool. Like, can like set some baselines for you to work on some weaknesses, which definitely did for me. But then it's like, well, those individuals, let's challenge those individuals to try to get themselves out of their comfort zone and away from their strength biases to go to a cardio bias. So that was also the intent of this specific event, was to offer it also kind of like on a 6-month span to where we can have different goals set at different times as well. So now individuals moving forward perennially? What's the word of like moving forward annually? I guess annually?
Annually,
There you go.
I guess. I mean, perennial is like a plant that comes up every year.
There you go.
know?
Exactly. That's where my brain was.
Yeah,
But the idea can be like working into winter time, we're working on strength, working in the summertime, we can work on cardio. It's something we're hoping to do on an annual basis moving forward. So people can have these tests and this platform to perform and set those baselines. So what does that look like? When is this going to be? July 6th?
Yeah,
yes,
Saturday,
that's correct. Saturday,
after
July
4th of
6th at 8 a.m. So this is going to be taking the class or taking the spot of boot camp and CrossFit at 8 and 9. We're just going to have this CARDIO SUPERMEET from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is that accurate?
Yep.
And then we will have a class.
We will have a class at 10 a.m. So if you feel as if you've been personally victimized by Jared Biasco in the CARDIO SUPERMEET, like me, this feels like a personal attack, then there will still be a class at 10 a.m. But we hope and encourage you guys to come up, show out for the SUPERMEET. Test where you are. There's no shame in not being good at something.
So the cardio super meet, let's dive into the details.
Yes, the deets.
What is it going to look like? What is it going to be? What are the events?
Yeah, so there are 3 events that we're going to be testing. We're going to be starting with a mile run. Most people, a mile run is probably going to be like on the very fast end, 5 to 6 minutes, and then the slower end, you'll probably get folks in 10, 11, 12 minutes on a mile run. Totally fine if you end up running it slower, if it's a run walk. But that is like kind of a middle time domain. Yeah, not super fast, but not super long. So it's kind of our goal with that mile run test. The way it'll work is 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to start your mile run. And then the next event will start at the 20-minute mark. So if you're a little faster runner, you'll have a little bit more rest time. If you're a little slower runner, you may have slightly less rest time. And then that will get into the next cardio movement, which is going to be the bike. And we're going to be doing a
Rogue Echo bikes.
A Rogue
so
Echo
anyone
bike.
who still loves the old school assault bikes, we're doing the Rogue Echo bikes for this specific event to keep it consistent for everybody.
Steady.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're totally fine. And we're going to be doing a 1-minute max calorie effort on the bike.
Yep.
So the run, again, is kind of that middle time domain. The bike is going to be a much faster, more sprint-like effort. Honestly, for those of us who are more into the weightlifting side of things, that's probably going to be a better event for you because you can get that high power output in a short period of time. A minute's maybe a little longer than I'm used to with than like one single snatch, but like we'll manage. So that's the second test. And then at the 30-minute mark, so again, there's going to be a big chunk of rest in there after the 1-minute bike. You're going to want that rest to walk around, move those legs, shake the lactic acid out before finishing with a 20-minute row test. How many meters can you get in 20 minutes? So that's kind of on the longer side. We could certainly go longer with a cardio test, going 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. Any of our half marathon or marathoners out there certainly know that you can engage with cardio for hours at a time. But we won't keep you all day, so 20-minute will be the high end of our tests this go around.
I love it. So the mile, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 12 minutes, then rest. Then you have the 1-minute bike test, then a 9-minute rest, and then you have the 20-minute rower test.
Yeah.
So what I love about that is the different time domains, right? You know, exactly what you just worked ourselves through is you might have somebody who's really good in like the 1-minute test, or you might have someone who's just really good at going distance and the aerobic capacity to go 20 minutes. And so we'll be able to see that, and we'll be able to take the data, take the scores. This isn't necessarily going to be like who wins type of an event. This is more so we will hopefully get a whiteboard, and we'll we'll use our whiteboard, I should say. We'll keep track of everybody, write everyone down who's here, and then we'll write down everyone's scores. This will be a great opportunity for you all as members to log your scores as well, which is something we'll talk about a little bit more from an assessment perspective into a new program we're moving into, which is really excited about.
Teaser.
Yeah, it's a little teaser. Stop it. I didn't want you to even kind of call that out. No, I'm just joking. So we're super pumped about it. What am I missing right now about Cardio Supermeet? Oh, the mile run. We are working on what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
We are hoping to use probably the same route we've been using, but what we'll probably do is put a coach out in the street and then stop people, stop cars from coming by, so that way everyone. Our goal is to make this
traffic control.
Yeah, our goal is to make the mile run as consistent as possible for everybody, and essentially have a Myriad mile. And so that might change over the years, but right now I think we feel pretty good about the canal mile that we have going.
It's a special kind of test to have to run uphill a little bit
for
towards
sure,
the end.
Right? Totally, a little bit different there. What other thoughts you have?
I think kind of everything we've talked about already. I think it'll be just a really fun and cool opportunity to see comparing the cardio super meet to the super meet over the winter, the lifting super meet. Maybe we rebrand that to have a little more differentiation. But I think it's going to be really cool to see how people's scores compare. stacking up in that weightlifting super meet versus the cardio super meet. And I really hope we see as much consistency across the board in terms of like who's coming, because you could very easily see someone like me who's more into the lifting, like maybe not coming to the cardio super meet, but I do think it's a good opportunity to challenge yourself and see where you are across all of these different domains.
I will also add, we are well aware that we're doing it on a 4th of July weekend. And this is just like, we're testing this out, we're trying it this year, see how it goes, and then next year we can adjust accordingly, whether it be like June, end of June, mid-July, something of that nature. But just for our schedules as a staff, that's what works best this year. So if you do miss it, there's always opportunities for you to come to open gym and do it on your own. I think that's the
workout.
That's the one thing that we try to make this is a little bit more standardized, so somebody could, like, it is a workout within a class essentially, versus like the super meet weightlifting is like, here you go.
Everyone was kind of on their own.
Yeah, go do it on your
day.
own. This is more of like a team effort, potentially with heats as well. So,
cool.
Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. We are done.
Done.
Cardio Super Meet, July 6th. See you there.
Yay.